Okay, welcome to this Monday's The Core Community session. We're going to be focusing on transformation of identity today, and this process will be very powerful. It is a first step into the many processes that are available in transforming our identity. Identity is fundamental to who we are and what we are about and what we're up to in life. The actions that we take all flow from our identity. So I'm going to share this in the Facebook group and I'm going to get started. So just bear with me for one moment if you're watching the recording. Let's check in here with my page. And share. Okay. All right, so awesome. Let's begin. I'm going to introduce you again to what the core is all about. The core, this gathering online, is about connecting to the center, source, and cause of our own existence, of our own ability, of the we have to create in this world, in the physical universe, in our lives. And so what we're doing through these processes is we're restoring sovereignty, our sovereignty over four quadrants of our kingdom, four quadrants of our kingdom. So we're to be the king or the queen over four domains or quadrants of consciousness, okay, that we have dominion over when we are operating as the sovereign we are designed to be. Our basic essential nature is to be master or sovereign or ruler over these four quadrants of consciousness. The four quadrants are the quadrant of mind, the quadrant of emotion, the quadrant of feelings and sensations of the body, and the quadrant of our effort, our ability to apply force directionally, right, in terms of producing action through the body, or even the force applied in the domains of thought, emotion, and feeling and sensation. Effort is just applied force in any of those areas of our consciousness and all the way through into physical action in the universe that we live in. So what we're doing is we're rediscovering the center of our being, that spiritual core that is causational or capable of producing effects in our own human experience and in the world through our expression or actions. And that produces results either internally or externally. But the one who's producing those results internally or externally is distinct from the four quadrants. We are not our mind, we are not our emotions, we are not our feelings and sensations. We have those as a part of the nature of human existence. But the one who inhabits this human existence, the spiritual being, the core of being, is transcending those quadrants. We use those quadrants. We interface with the physical universe through these quadrants, and we have an experience in the world and within ourselves. And we can master this experience by discovering what's going on inside of these quadrants, by dissolving conflict inside of these quadrants, and by deepening our relationship to those quadrants, and most of all, most importantly, deepening our relationship to the core. The core is this pre-existent quality of consciousness. It is the source point, the creator. It is not a created substance. It is a creative substance in itself, having pre-existed. Even before we came into human form, before anything was, there was this pre-existent potential to create. Some call this the creator, some call this God, the source, call it life force, life potential. It is the power, it is the ability to produce realities, and it's at the center of you. All human suffering and failure and our troubles in this world are a result of our out of alignment with the core. Inside of the quadrants of mind, emotion, feeling, sensation, and the efforts that are operating in our human system. Through these processes, which I call spiritual engineering and empowerment processes, or S.E.E. The spiritual engineering empowerment processes give you access to four quadrants of your kingdom and give you the opportunity to discover what's there, dissolve any conflict, and deepen your relationship to them, as well as the relationship to the sovereignty of the spiritual being you are at your core. So that's the whole motive and purpose of what I'm doing here. By joining with me online in the Zoom room, you get to participate by sharing your experience afterwards, which helps you to better process and understand or deepen what you discovered, what you explored, what you dissolved, what you learned inside of the work that you were doing. And so that's a possibility. When you're here with me live, you could do this process from anywhere in the world, wherever you're at home, at work, on a break, preferably, right? And wherever you are, you can actually just follow along with me. I'll be using some music to set the tone and the mood. I'll do some guided relaxation. We'll use a little bit of breath to relax the body, relax the emotions, relax the mind, create some alignment internally, open some access to some of the subconscious content, because what we're doing is moving our conscious awareness into the subconscious domain. It's the subconscious content that causes all of our reactions, right? It's driving our impulses and our behaviors, and we don't know why. This gives us a chance to understand why, and we get to start to dissolve some of those conflicting forces through these processes. So today we're going to talk about transformation of identity. We're going to explore identity inside of the 4 quadrants and how identity shows up inside of that. We're going to work on dissolving any conflict in our identity about how we see ourselves, or about how others maybe see us, and what we may have agreed to or accepted based on what others have said about us or to us. I heard a pastor say something really profound this morning. Mark Hankins said, if the enemy can challenge our identity, then the enemy can hinder our destiny. I love that. And I have a little mini program I used to teach years ago called Identity, Purpose, and Destiny. Who we are that we are determines what we do, our purpose, right? And that determines our destiny, where we end up. And so if our identity is challenged, then our destiny will be a challenging one, one maybe that we're not so happy with. But if we know who we are, if we're secure in our identification as the spiritual being we are essentially, right, apart from what we've learned about ourselves in this world, if we get the principle of being that we are, this identity that transcends the labels and the conditions and the naming of the world around us and the people in our lives, whatever we've agreed to, if we can go beyond that, beyond the mental, emotional, and somatic domain, the bodily domain, and beyond all the impulsive efforts, and we just see that there's something standing within us, something centered within us, something so profound, so powerful, it is the essential me, or the essential you, and its nature is unchanging. It is powerful. It transcends both the masculine and the feminine qualities. It includes them, but it transcends them. It's before duality. It's before polarity. It's prior to all of that. And we are unified inside of that. We have power inside of that. We have aliveness inside of that. And when we reconnect our awareness to that, when we re-identify with our source, right? The source of where this human system even comes from, we have power, we have freedom, we have innocence, we have aliveness. It gets really, really real and awesome. And so today we're going to use this processing opportunity to explore identity and to dissolve any misidentifications that we may have made about ourselves, about others, about the world, our perspective, who we are that we are. I am that I am. If I am not good enough, then my behavior is going to reflect that. If I am not lovable, my behavior is going to reflect that. If I am in survival mode all the time because life is challenging and hard, if that's who I am, then that's going to be my experience. So when we start to reconfigure our identity and really dissolve and let go of any false identity, an identity that doesn't stem from or flow from the core of your being, we're always moving back towards the core inside of these processes, inside of this experience. And I'm sharing this with you because I want to give you a taste of what I do, the work that I do, either whether it's in my private coaching one-to-one or it's in any of my group coaching settings. And I'm also training facilitators and coaches on how to apply and implement these processes and tools, amongst many others, to service people, to help people break free from the unconscious content or unconscious conditioning that has dominated their lives and prevented them from experiencing their best life now. So we're going to disrupt all of that. We're going to dissolve some conflict inside of that space, and we're going to create newly a perspective that's empowering. That being said, I think we're ready to dive in. It's 1:11 Eastern Time here in Georgia, and it's near Atlanta. So it's wonderful to be here. It's a kind of overcast day, and it's calm, it's quiet out, it's chill, and we're going to enter that space together ourselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some music. Ideally, you have some headphones in, and or at least good sound, and get the sound volume up to a certain level that you can hear it and be with it. And as I begin to play this sound, which you'll hear coming through now, good. Just start to let the sound in, and the first step is to begin to tune within to the mind, emotions, and the body by closing your eyes. Just take a nice breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Very gentle, relaxing breath. We're going to gradually deepen our relaxation to allow us to draw within a little bit more. So let's release the outer world by releasing some of the tension in our body that's developed through our effort to act and produce in the world around us. But right now we're going to work with the world within us. So just notice any tension you feel around the crown of your head, your temples, or your face, your eyes, your nose, your jaw, and just release those muscles. Release any tension. Just let go. Let go. And feel into your whole being, feel into your heart space. Just begin to notice the breath as we relax a little bit more. Just notice the breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose naturally at its own pace. Just relax your neck, your shoulders. You can shift left and right or rotate a little bit, turning the head. Just loosen up the neck and the shoulders. Maybe pull the shoulders back, get the chest a little stretch, and relax to the center. Relaxing the chest, relax the arms, biceps, the triceps, your elbows, forearms, wrists, hands and fingers. Just relax and allow everything to just melt down with gravity, drawing you deep into your seat. Just relaxing into what's supporting you. Relaxing the back, all the muscles from upper to middle to lower. Relax any tension you feel in the sides or the hips, your groin, your legs, your knees, your calves and shins. Let your ankles relax, your feet and toes. Just continue to monitor the breath as you relax. Whatever's happening in your mind or your body, just allow. Can you just observe and notice whatever's happening? Just be with. Practicing a little acceptance for this moment without any effort to change or fix anything. What does it feel like to give yourself permission to let go of the need temporarily, just for now, any effort to change or to fix anything, to control anything, so that you can just observe what's going on. Just allow your body to breathe. Noticing the space within you expanding at the heart center. Maybe you can feel the impulse of the heartbeat. Or just feel it to the best of your ability. What does it feel like to receive? To receive into your heart your own love, your own acceptance right now. We're just creating a little centering experience. Can you receive a little of your own love and acceptance in your heart? Can you receive your own grace and givingness to your own heart? If there's anything in the way, that's okay. Just notice that. You can let it go. If you can, just let it go a little bit. Any resistance you feel to giving to yourself. Good. We're reconnecting to the core by tuning into the heart space, exploring what it feels like to receive into the heart, through the heart. There's no wrong way to do this process. There's just being with it. This is all an opportunity for your self-discovery. Can you bring acceptance to whatever shows up? Even if there's no acceptance, just allow that. In other words, if you're resisting anything about your experience, can you just notice that resistance and just be with it? And just feel into the body. Exhale all the air out through the nose, squeezing the belly in. Get all the air out of your lungs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now breathe deeply into the belly below. And exhale through the mouth. Deep breath through the nose. Quickly out through the mouth. Through the nose again. Mouth out. This time take a breath in and hold at the top through the nose. And just hold this breath, relaxing any tension in the neck and shoulders and the chest and belly. Keep holding with minimal effort. Relax everything in the body. Hold minimally. Swallow your saliva, feel it running down. This gets you connected to the interior of your body. Connects you with one of the autonomic processes. Deepens your connection to the subconscious. Make your lips into a tiny pinhole and slowly exhale. Very slow. And relax and release. Good. That allows us to energize our being, to connect with our center, so that we can begin the process inside of the 4 quadrants around identity and transforming our identity. So let's take a look. We're simply exploring any thoughts that you have about yourself, any thoughts that you have against yourself. Maybe you believed yourself to be limited in some way. Maybe you've thought that you're not enough or adequate for a particular scenario or situation or job or relationship. Let's just explore any limiting thoughts you have, thoughts that negate who you are and what's possible for you. We're just going to look for them and invite them to our awareness, or welcome them to our awareness. What we welcome in, what we invite into awareness, comes out of the unconscious, it comes into conscious awareness. This begins to discharge any negative impact or any impact whatsoever that it has upon us. And it puts it in command of our spiritual center. So just observe. What have you believed that you are, that doesn't serve you, that limits you in some way, or that you're not? That you're not enough, not strong enough, smart enough, not good enough. Just take a look for any of these thoughts. We're not changing anything, we're just bringing them into view so we can identify them. And almost naturally, automatically, we begin to release and let go of them as we bring them into view in this way, in this process. So what does it feel like to just let go of these thoughts that come to your awareness? To begin to disidentify with the limitation. What is it like in your mind to just let go and to release them? Maybe it's something someone spoke to you or about you recently or long ago. Did they say something that could be suppressive, that negated your ability or your value? Or did it appear this way? And did you agree with them? And just notice with your awareness if there were any thoughts of agreement, any thoughts of acceptance, any self-talk that you notice that puts you down, suppresses you, limits you. Good. We're going to move into the quadrant of emotion. You may have been experiencing some emotion already. But just begin to look for and notice the emotions that connect to this set of thoughts, these negating thoughts, these identity thoughts that I'm not something or I am something that may be limiting or suppressive. What do you feel emotionally? What do you sense in the emotional territory? Is there any anger or sadness or frustration, disappointment? Just notice the emotions and just invite them to your awareness. allowing yourself to observe, being gentle. We're always bringing compassion to whatever we discover inside of these processes. What does it feel like in your body to bring compassion to those emotions that you're noticing? Any emotions that come with any negative identities? As we bring compassion, it allows us to release those emotions, to bring comfort to that part of ourselves that also felt emotionally maybe sad or depressed in any way. We can release that through this process. Good. Let's also take a look at any feelings and sensations in the body, from head to chest, all the way down through to our feet. Is there any tension, any tightness, any weird sensations that come along with exploring these identities or negative perspectives on our identity? And just invite them into your awareness. Be the invitation for discovery of what's going on in the quadrants of your kingdom. We're exploring the body, the feeling and sensation domain. Just check your head, your face, your neck, your chest, your back, and just observe. And just notice that even the act of observing starts to bring some sense of relief to any tightness or any tension or discomfort. Just observing, just connecting with yourself. I like to say that we can face and feel so that we can embrace and heal anything within us. So as you face it and you feel it, you can embrace it with your love, with your compassion, with your ownership, and you can heal it or integrate it, and it no longer is a separating component. Good. We're going to move into the fourth quadrant now, the effort quadrant, the applied force. Just looking for what it's like when you're intentionally applying force, either to think or emote or feel or to act. Where have you been efforting to believe something negative about yourself? Can you discover this effort? Any effort that you make in thought or in emotion to limit, to reduce your self-esteem, to reduce yourself emotionally or psychologically? Is there any effort that you notice that you're applying? And again, just invite the discovery. It's just a sensation of force being applied. This may take a minute to understand, but just explore, just allow the possibility of discovering any efforts you're applying against yourself, against your own identity, or that form a negative identity, an identity that limits you, that says you're not enough. Is there any effort to uphold these beliefs? Any effort to think yourself less than? Any effort to feel emotionally or physiologically in the body sensations of suppression? Is there any effort on your part to perpetuate that? This is very powerful, because when you can pick up your own efforts inside of yourself and you can begin to release them, you can set yourself free from your own cause of suppression. This can release you deeply. Has there been any effort to think negatively about yourself? Has there been any effort to diminish yourself? And what would it feel like if you were to release and let go of these efforts? Yeah, I'm feeling that myself. Effort is your ability to apply force, to produce thought, to produce emotions, to produce feelings and sensations in the body. You actually have command over this at the root level of your consciousness. But like all the quadrants, there can be many unconscious operations. Those are the ones that cause us the trouble. Automatic reactive responses within. This exploration of the effort against ourselves, against our own identity, helps us pick up where we're supporting or sustaining an effort to reduce ourselves. So just look for this. See if you notice anything. What does it feel like? And what would it be like to release the effort, to stifle your own self-expression? What would it feel like to release the effort, to be less than, or to think low of yourself? What does it feel like in the body? Where do you feel it, this release? Good. Good. We're going to wrap up this process through the nose. Take a deep breath in. Out through the mouth. Through the nose in. Through the mouth out. Feel the energy coming in as you breathe in. Mouth out. Take a deep breath in through the nose and hold. Just hold that breath in. Release any tension in the neck, chest, shoulders. Swallow the saliva. Feel the glow. Feel the heartbeat. Feel the pressure build up. Feel the power inside. Holding with minimal effort. Make your lips into a tiny pinhole. Gently release the air, super slow. Just enjoy yourself for a moment. Bring your right hand to your heart, left hand to your lower abdomen. Just connect with your body, with your hands. Just acknowledge to yourself for participating in this experience, and for reconnecting with you. Just give yourself some love, some care, some acceptance. And when you're ready, you can release your hands. And you may open your eyes. Come back to this present moment. We're here with me. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for allowing me to share this experience with you. Thank you for taking that journey to the core of your own being, to rediscover that center, source, and cause of aliveness, of freedom, of your own innocence, and also your ability to navigate the 4 quadrants of your consciousness and to transform them very simply, almost effortlessly. Very minimal effort applied here to accomplish some real inner work. So I thank you for joining with me. I'd love to hear anything that you got in the comments section. Just let me know, what did you experience? What did you notice? What was it like for you? And I would love to hear that. And anything else you would like to share, of course, is also welcome. But it would help you to write out those comments and to articulate what you discovered. It's another way to go a little bit deeper, to solidify or concretize what you learned, right? So by expressing that, It deepens your understanding of your experience. So I encourage you to do that. It's a second part of this process. And I thank you for joining with me today. I send my blessings from my heart to your heart. If you know anybody who would like to experience this or who may enjoy this experience, you can invite them by sending them to the description, thecoreencounter.com/thecore. They can learn more about this. They can sign up for our next online event. I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can search for that on YouTube with my name, Vince Belito, or search for the Core Community Gathering, and you'll find my channel. You can subscribe to that, and I'll be creating playlists with these recordings on YouTube. They'll be available on Facebook through the recordings created through Facebook Live, and I'll be posting them inside of the Core Community Facebook group, which you can also join by clicking the link inside of this description. Please feel free to invite anyone you know that will benefit from these experiences. I'm looking forward to growing this community, to giving you the best experience possible of doing inner work in a safe, sacred, and surrendered way that makes it almost easy to do. You get to explore you, connect with you, revitalize you through these processes. It's my joy to share with you. I'm Vince Belito, and I appreciate the opportunity I have to have this connection within myself and with you. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.